Okay, testing for sound, testing for sound. Okay, good to go. So welcome into anyone who could be watching this live stream today. I will be reading for the sign of Gemini for November 2025, and I welcome you to my channel. And if anyone would like to participate in chat, you're welcome to post any comments or reactions. I will be periodically looking over to the chat to see if anyone has any feedback about the reading. So I've already done Aries and Taurus for November, and this is something new I'm offering on my channel. So I would appreciate any feedback, any likes, shares, comments, and I would love it if people started to subscribe to my channel so that I could have more to offer as far as the type of readings and how I can switch up the format. So I am hoping to get to at least 50 subscribers very soon. And so the cards are pre shuffled. I'm going to go ahead and get started for the Gemini reading for the month of November. Okay, Gemini. And I actually will have to re record the Taurus reading. It's barely audible. So that's why I'm using headphones today. But if people turn the volume all the way up, you'll be able to get the benefit of the reading. And I spelled Gemini wrong, so let me go ahead and update that. The little details. Okay. Okay, Gemini, first card out is the Queen of Cups. So you could be dealing with the water sign. Let me just cough. You could be dealing with the water sign, but or they have some sort of influence over you during the month of November. But I am going to take this as your energy. And I feel like Gemini, you could just be tapping into your emotional side more. And let's see what else is going on there. We have the Devil in reverse, along with the King of Pentacles in reverse. This could talk about your relationship. If you are in a committed relationship or feeling like you're starting one, or you could be coming out of it with the King of Pentacles here in reverse. This also could talk about a mother-father dynamic. And I've gotten the King of Pentacles in reverse in other readings I've done in personal readings. So I will check to see if any of those cards are repeating here in the general. It could just be something the collective is going through. And I know I don't follow a lot of astrology, but I do know we are in the middle of a Mercury retrograde that's going to cover two signs, Scorpio and Sagittarius. I don't know how that's doing that, but I'm just very aware of it. So with the Devil coming out in reverse, I feel like Gemini, you could start to see a relationship in a different way or your current circumstances. Um, so maybe in October or the months leading up to November, you have felt like there's something that you can't escape, that you may not have seen the positives in a connection. You were just seeing the negative, and it's starting to feel like chains around you, starting to feel like you're imprisoned in some way by a connection. Um, you could also feel like there's something going on with your finances and your financial situation, and that could be preventing you from moving forward in a connection or moving away from it. Like you have no choice but to be with someone because they pay half the rent, or they contribute in some way to your life, so it doesn't make sense right now to leave them. So, with the major arcana card, it's like the forces beyond your own control are what's a heavy influence for you. And the particular forces I'm getting here is that it could be your financial situation, your living situation. Um, it could be codependency on another. You could feel very isolated, Gemini, that there's no one you can really turn to right now, that your life feels very limited as far as a support system, emotional support, but in other ways. Um, in particular for me, finances, because getting the King of Pentacles in reverse. So, feeling like you're out of options, you have nowhere to go, you have nowhere to stay, you have no one to turn to, but you at least have one supportive person here with the Queen of Cups. And you could also feel like the emotional support you give to another is not being appreciated. If this is your energy here with the Queen of Cups, it's like you might feel devoted to someone, but they're not equally yoked. It doesn't come across that way to you in your perspective. But this could really specifically be financial because it's like there's a disconnect there with the court cards. And it's like not having the ability or not feeling like you have the ability to turn your dreams into reality. Oh, sorry about that. Notification. So, there's a strong desire for a change, but it's not something that's showing up in your immediate future from your perspective. With the Page of Swords here, I don't know. I'm almost taking it as a Page of Cups because it's like you're trying to remain optimistic about your situation. You're still searching for answers. Like I'm taking the Page of Swords as a positive. You're, even though there's an overall sense of feeling stuck, someone in the Gemini collective is, I still got it wrong with the spelling. I gotta pause. Little things, little details are getting mixed up today. And that could reflect something that you're going through, Gemini, where you feel like you're tripping over your words. And that's a Mercury retrograde thing, like with the communication and technology. Like you just can't seem to get it right with those things. And they say the devil's in the details. And so I do want to make sure I'm getting the little things right. But mistakes are made. We're all human. So, Gemini, you could feel like that. Like, no matter what you do, you can't seem to get it right. Or, you know, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. Like, you can't see any progress right now. And with the strength card coming up here, I do feel like there's optimism with you as far as you're trying to stay strong, even though you feel up against it and that there's no relief um, with your situation. There's still a desire to learn with the Page of Swords and to kind of work your way out of it. Like, be the problem solver, look at things from all different angles, and come up with a solution. So, I think getting the strength card, it shows your perseverance and it shows your ability to kind of fight your way back up. Like if you've been knocked down a few times, you always fight back and try to work your way up out of any situation that you get yourself into. And so that's a testament to your strength. So let me get another card here for. Okay, so the Ace of Wands here with the Devil in reverse is just talking about a lack of motivation. Um, so you're in researching mode, but it might feel like it's very hard to act on anything, on any one particular thing. It's like trying to run through sand, trying to run through the mud, like your steps might feel physically heavy, like everything is kind of weighing down on you because there's a lot of obstacles you could be facing right now with in particular your financial situation, but overall just your motivation, like not finding anything to be passionate about. You do, man, you do have the Four of Wands here. So with the King of Pentacles and the Four of Wands in reverse, it's like a breakup. It could be an actual breakup that you're working your way through. Or Gemini, it's like there is a rift in your relationship, a relationship that's close to you. It can be romantic, it can be friendship, it can be family. It could even be work. Like you feel like with work, you can't seem to get ahead. There might have been an issue with an immediate supervisor. So it could definitely talk about job loss. But also just disagreements. That can be an issue. Arguments, some sort of conflict. So it's like, what do you do with the relationship now where there's been this huge rift? Like, how do you move on? You do have the Moon card, and that's exactly what I was just said. It's like someone doesn't know how to proceed. They don't know what comes next. They don't know what their next move should be. It's like they're operating from a place of confusion, possibly fear, but it's just like I can't see what's on the other side of something. Like, what's on the other side of this? Like, what is December going to look like? What is 2026 going to look like? And this is the time, really, when people, the end of the year, people establish their goals and their resolutions for the new year coming in. But Gemini, there could be a lot of you in the collective that you're so far removed from that. Like you don't know what goals to set because you don't know what your starting point is, like where to begin. Especially with the Ace of Wands in reverse, it's like, where do I even start? You can probably recognize the potential, but how do I formulate a goal to work towards? So maybe feeling very scattered, your energy right now. And you wish to have that focus, you wish to have that vision, but you haven't found it yet. It hasn't formulated for you. So, Gemini, let's take a look at the rest of your reading. Okay. So, it does look like in the near future there is some improvement. You're getting the Nine of Cups and the Six of Pentacles and the Three of Wands upright. So, Nine of Cups, it is one of the best cards you can get, regardless of the focus of the reading, but especially here because you get the answer that you're looking for. So, all of those unanswered questions, and maybe you do something like pray about it if you are someone who prays and you pray to God for answers, pray to the universe for understanding of the why, like why am I here? Why am I going through this right now? What's next for me? If you bring all of those questions to the universe and to spirit, however you make that right within your own beliefs, then with the Nine of Cups, you get what you wish for. The Nine of Cups is the wish card. You get an answer, you get an understanding. And with that, the wheels start to turn, like things start to move for you. And with the Six of Pentacles, it could be someone helping you out to lay the foundation to get started. You could have someone in your life that maybe gives you a loan. So if your goal involves like you have to get some capital, you have to get some money together, like someone's offering you help to get on your feet, if you've been kind of down on your luck in some way, but also start to build. There's going to be somewhere around you in some way. Someone's helping you and offering you support. And even if it's not an actual person, this could be you find like an online resource that's relevant to what you want to do. And so it's free, and you could start using that to study. And maybe someone loans you a car, or they offer you a car for free and you can fix it up and use it, and that helps you to get started. Some sort of gift, but also some sort of exchange of energy in a positive way. And that leads to the Three of Wands here. So, with the Three of Wands, it's just like a positive omen. It just means that you're moving in the right direction. Now, with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse coming out, there is a delay. You might still be struggling with motivation, and how that could manifest you in your day to day life is just you're kind of dragging your feet, like to get through all the steps necessary to level up and progress. So there might be something where you have to work on your focus and be very disciplined and constantly, like, if you take a break, redirect, like, try to, as quickly as possible, redirect back to the work. But there could be a little bit of a push pull because you're still battling through lack of motivation in some way and just kind of feeling very scattered. So there are things you can do, like just making a list, a checklist of even little things that you can do, because it's kind of mirroring, even though I'm in no position to diagnose anyone or provide any sort of clinical information in that way. But to me, in my opinion, to me kind of mirrors depression, like someone going through depression, but it's not. There is a desire, but someone doesn't know what to do with that desire. And so it's like, where do I put all this energy? Where do I put all of this? Like with Gemini, with you, maybe right now, November, it's like you do have the physical energy, you do have the motivation, but you don't know how to use it, how to utilize it. And so it could look like depression because you're not getting anything done. But in your mind, you could be thinking of all sorts of things that you could do. But it's like how to bring that out into your reality, from your mind into the physical real world. You may not really feel sure how to do that. But there is someone helping you here. You have the Queen of Cups, you have the Six of Pentacles. And you have the Nine of Cups. So I feel like there will be help along the way. King of Swords in reverse. You're getting two kings in reverse. And if we were to take this as just your energy, it's like Gemini. Again, it's like just reinforcing there's a lot of energy you don't know what to do with. And so it's speaking to a lack of focus. Now, this could speak of, I want to say like a father figure. Someone could be dealing with a father figure who is not helpful with the things that they say or with with their words. Um, I'm sorry, this is live, so I won't be editing this part out. But I will wrap up soon. We've been talking for a little while, but you could feel like there's just energies working against you, that they're not supportive. They maybe if you do share your ideas with them, they shoot them down. Um, they don't really have anything helpful to say. And so, Gemini, I said this to someone else. I don't know if it was Aries or Taurus. There could be some editing in your life where you have to limit your availability to others because if they're trying to bring you down when you're already in a vulnerable state, and they're not going to do it, they're not going to give you a break. Maybe even if you speak to them, because getting the King of Swords in reverse is not a great card. It could be someone very manipulative, someone who just can't seem to talk to you right, talk to you nice, very critical, and maybe even a little condescending, just very harsh with their words. So it's like, as I mentioned to others during this time, you have to recognize your triggers and then how are you going to deal with those triggers? What boundaries are you going to set? Just limit your interactions with anyone that could be dragging you down right now. Like, you really don't need that. You're going through it, and just kind of lean on the people in your life who are supportive. Um, so, boundaries and just editing out negativity in your life. You don't need anything extra on your plate that can bring you down. You need encouragement. And like I said, with the Nine of Cups, things are looking better, Gemini. So let's see if there's any last bits of information for you, and we'll wrap up your reading for November 2025. Let's see. And if anyone popped into the reading while I was speaking a mile a minute here, I would love any sort of feedback, any sort of comments that you may have for this reading or any of the readings I have up on my channel. And let's see, what other messages for Gemini? Yeah, Seven of Pentacles upright with the Hanged Man. Gemini, there's still a lot of work to do. And I actually spoke to someone earlier today about this. It's, in my opinion, for what I've seen, and I have a lot of Gemini placements myself, it's difficult for Geminis to pick one thing. um, so if you're trying to decide between career, I don't even want to get into romance, but with career, it can be difficult, and there could be a pull, or you're just very drawn to doing different things. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but it might take some time to find that one thing to provide that financial stability. You just have to, in my opinion, be careful of, having your hands in all these different things to try to figure out what you're passionate about, because if you're always entry level, you're not gaining that experience, you're not fine tuning your skills. And that's where the money is, like with the expertise and the time and effort you put into something. And that's what, I'm speaking of things like learning a trade or going back to school, getting a diploma, that sort of thing. That takes time and effort. You can't really jump around too much with that. You have to settle on a major, settle on something, and pursue it fully just so you can get done with your 2-year, 4-year degree or whatever certification. So that is it for my reading for Gemini. I hope that this helps in some way. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.